YouTube and X. It's your main man BTM here, coming back with Kaspa, and Kaspa's at an all-time high in FUD. Why are people hating on the project so much? What is really going on? It's your main man BTM here, and we are live. And we're talking about the Kaspa Fudders. The Kaspa Fud is at an all-time high for no reason. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's see here. Let me know where you guys are logging in from and what you guys think about Kaspa. So let's start the screen share. Actually, I didn't put the. So let's start the screen share again. Missed something here. Here we go. We are live. So just setting some things up here. 1 second. So we are live back in the Kaspa with your main man BTM. And we'll start with Twitter. Before we get into that, this is our sponsor, Caleb and Brown. Shout out to Caleb and Brown and the consulting and the personal brokerage that's 24 hours. They also custody your crypto. So get your crypto off the exchange and work with Caleb and Brown. They are regulated, so they're not going to have any pump and dump, any scams, and any bad actors, right? They're going to be legit crypto. So let's see. Shout out to Caleb and Brown, and this is the BTM X Twitter page. You see, we made some changes, some updates, and put out the new logo. Happy Thursday, happy Friday Eve. Getting close to Friday. So let me know what you guys think about that as well. Just making sure the sound is good. And we are live. So let's see here. Thanks for joining. And let's get to it. So this is Kaspa Facts. Why? Trade Fi update. Nearly a week to process a simple rollover and lost 4K USD in the process. Only thing I can do is wait for the money to arrive in the next account. This morning, someone moved 54 million USD in a second and less than 1/3000th of a penny in fees. And that's the thing that's going to keep Casper rolling. The fees are crazy cheap and the transaction speed is extremely fast. One of the main benefits of Caspa, the FUD is really bad. What up, Investor Bill? Where you been? Let's see here. Moving forward, what else we got? New listing. Welcome, Coin. What is that? Coin Call? To list Caspa option trading. We pushed for design and more sophisticated trading tools, structured products, which will allow more structured financial products of cash, which is necessary to allow hedge funds to create more strategies and trade around 100 M daily trading of Kaspa. Kaspa Coin Global is one of the leader in the altcoin options exchanges. So let me know if you guys have heard of Kaspa Call and you know anybody's using it. This is the community poll token strategy. Here's the challenge. Buy one. Which token are you adding? Solana, Sui, or Kaspa? Buy one, sell one, and hold one. Hold Kaspa, uh, sell Sui, and buy Solana. Let me know what you guys think. Buy one, sell one, and hold one. And this is Jim Ski Bum with Marathon. Holding will never be able to accumulate the same amount of cash via mining only because more scarce each month, 90% mined, very little left to mine. Seems like they only have 3 million left. They are far from being any significant holder. If they want, let's see, a significant stake again, only options to buy. So this is Kristen. I want to highlight Hashdog's brilliant design of Casper admissions schedule. Casper's daily admissions are 12 times less than what Marathon started mining with ASICs in 2022. Simply, Kaspa Indexer v1.1.2 is out. It brings lower defaults for database batch sizes, which should greatly improve out-of-box performance for moderate or slow hardware. Make sure to experiment using the batch scale. And there's a computation. Oh, no. Marathon's dumping cash for BTC now. But when BTC moons, they'll flip into Kaspa. You're still so early. Don't think it. Crypto games and Kaspa is the ace. Throw in Nacho and you have a full house. Nacho, KRC 20 tokens, please. And thank you. When are the freaking KRC 20 tokens going to start pumping again? I have a ton of KRC 20 tokens that are losing value every day, like a freaking rocket downward, right? We need CAS adoption and we need Kaspa to start pulling users, newbies, retail investors into the KRC 20 tokens. Let me know what you guys think about that as well. 120 hours of 10 BPS CAS on Russ, Fear and Greed Index, more like Dumb Broke Index, Grow Up and do some manual labor, run a node at least. And I might go ahead and set the node up. Actually, I've been procrastinating, but I might as well go ahead and give it a shot. What do you guys think? New features on cast.com. I'm not sure too much about cast.com. I did have it in the browser. NFT ranking and trade realty. Now live NFT price histories to track past sales for each NFT. NFT project owners can set creator royalties and add social media links. Sort NFTs by rank and ID. New notification system. So let's see. This is, oh, okay. I'm tripping. So this is the cast.com. I'm just checking domains. That's weird. Leaderboard and the NFT marketplace. Okay. That's weird because that one doesn't look like the one I was looking at. It's kind of strange. How come their NFTs are showing actual NFTs and mine are showing collections, creations? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh wow, these are actually look pretty good, actually. Okay. Mint collection. So there's Kaspa Punks, Kaspa, I don't know what that is, KL something, Nacho, M or FMG, Croak Club, Kaspa Bros, Kaspa. Actually, pretty interesting. There's a lot on here. I was unexpecting all this. Let me see. So let's go back to. I guess we can go back to. Yeah. Go back to NFT, the marketplace, and Kaspa Bulls. Okay, Kaspa Bulls. I see you out here. Ghost. See what Ghost got. Okay. And I do have a mess load of Ethereum NFTs, which is kind of weird because the prices is going down and kind of stuck holding the NFTs. So I don't know what you guys think about the NFTs. The FUD is very bad. All-time high, Bill. All-time high. Marathon amount dumps was months ago. It was, but Marathon was mining and didn't hold. So do you think holding would have helped Kaspa with Marathon? I don't know. Just reporting what I see. Uh, what if Marathon took profits on Cas in order to reinvest into their Kaspa mining operations? We have no idea what their plans are. Worst case, they stop mining Kaspa and sell all their coins, which is not much anymore. The venue remains a net positive for Kaspa venture, as it was the it was the first and only altcoin recognized by world's largest Bitcoin mining company. And this is Mr. Kaspa. Finally, as of December 31st, 2024, we held approximately 4.3 million. There were 35 million cash tokens on our balance sheet during the year. We accrued significant loss costs to produce Kaspa, preparing compared to Bitcoin, which helps pay our expenses and allow us to hold large amounts of Bitcoin on our balance sheet. This is holding Kaspa, just another ASIC token. You're losing Bitcoin holding versus crypto 2.0. Check, not only are you stacking Bitcoin, but you could be mining and stacking without special hardware for more chart prices in Bitcoin. So we're just trying to see here. I don't know if that really shows us anything. Not 100% sure what they're showing, but we're going to keep it moving. If you're not appreciating this opportunity to accumulate, that means you will be exit liquidity when the market comes back. This is Bitcoin, Solana, Kaspa, Brett, and Toshi. Make dips make consensus. Will you buy or will you sell? And personally, I don't think it makes any sense to be selling on a dip, right? Just buy the dip. This is the Kaspa currency crescendo party. Plans and invites have begun. Thanks, Cas holder, for hosting. April 7th, see the link read for RSVP. Kaspa meetup exploring covenants, smart contracts, and security. And this is April 7th in Tel Aviv, I guess. Doesn't show you where. Interesting. I might check that out as well. Let me know what you guys think. And that was all the Kaspa we had. So currently, Kaspa's down 7.5, but it looks like there's something going on in the market because everything is red. Everything is down. I don't know what happened. It's hard to even watch the news, but I need to check the news because something must have happened because everything is red. AI16Z is down 8.4, Snake's down 9.8. Uh, ZCN is down 11. You see, somebody said add ZCD. Okay, don't add DC. Okay, ZDC network. Actually, I already have that on here. It's down 1.6. Pudgy Penguin's down 6.5. Mog is down 10%. Ethereum's down 6.8. Wudang is down 12. Virtuals is down 12.5. SPX is down 20.7. Brutal out here. Radium's down 12. Bonk's down 7.8. Archblock's down 6. Tao's down 7. Farcoin is down 9. So we'll close the bubble. See what's going on. Kaspa is currently at a 2 billion market cap, down 7%, 7.8 in the last 24 hours. Almost 2% in the last hour, 25% in the last 7 days, 35.8 in the last 30, 48.8 in the last 90, and 53.8 for the year. So it's down, but it's not out. And back to Kaspa blocks, TPS 1.4, BPS 1. Currently it's down 6.7 to 8 cents. Volume is 55.6 million. Looks like there's more nodes coming online. Got our node in Texas. So we are live. Let me see here. Keep going. What happened to the top addresses? Here we go. Top addresses. It will unfortunately keep down more. Okay. 510,716 holders. Last 24 hours, we lost 56 crabs, 56 octopus, 3 fish added, 7 fish in the last hour actually. Lost 13 dolphins, 9 sharks, 1 humpback, and look at this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, kings, queens, and in betweens. We have a Aquaman. The Aquaman has returned to Kaspa. So this is top addresses. We'll look at mining. Gate.io added 44.3 million. Mexi added 11.9 million. Uphold 483,000. This Mexi added 11.3 million. BetGet added 559,000. And Bybit added 2.3 million. Didn't Bybit get hacked? What is going on? Hopefully we'll be able to buy at 5 cents and load up more to the bag. Hope you are right. I think it will come down some more. And I think we can load up. So let me know what you guys think. On the 4-hour chart, we have a massive red candle. We're losing volume. MACD is down. 1-hour chart, we're hitting that resistance at 7.9 cents. Went down and bounced back. The volume is down also on the 4-hour chart. 15-minute chart is showing. Looks like there's finally pushing back up to 0 or 7 cents. What does the 5-minute chart said? 5-minute chart's got a green candle and it's building volume. So there might be some upward momentum with Kaspa. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. And I need to record the message. Dance with who brought you to the party. Don't forget that. I need to record that first message because I actually lost it. But let's see. Check out the KRC20 tokens real quick. So Nacho's down 23%. Holy moly. Kango's down 5%. Kiro's down 9%. Croak is down, was that a 0? Caspi is down 3%. Down 3%. Casper, the ghost is 0 on change. Goat is down 30%. Kiki is up too. What? Arrow's down 9. Bert's down 2%. Kanan, the top dog, is back in the top 10, down 7%. 400,000 market cap. Nacho's down to 9.1 million. Kango's 5.3 million. So Kanan might bounce back, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. KDAO is down 22% to 336. K-Rex is down, actually unchanged, 330. Cas BTC is down. And where is Casbot at? Casbot. Shout out to the fellas at Casbot working hard. Down 21% to 36.8 million market cap. You guys need to come on the show, see what's going on. I know you guys are behind a lot of the scenes. K-Paw's down 12%, Popcat down 10%, Borrow's down 1%, Stick is down 7%, Knight is down 11. Ooh, looking pretty brutal out here. Brutal in the Casper KRC20 markets. But we're not giving up. We're going to continue to hold in diamond hand. You know what you guys think about that in the comments? Somebody, anybody, everybody, get a comment going. So this is Kaspa Silver, and he's talking about marathon and some of the comments people are making about the marathon mining.
Them on some pedestal and being the only reason why Caspa is going to have a successful future. I want to point out some of the comments that people had left underneath my post here about marathon mining selling. This user here said miners will quit soon because it's no longer profitable. It doesn't even cover electricity costs. CAS is a dead investment in terms of mining. It was widely distributed and everyone was mining, but then they blocked it with ASICs. My response here is nothing is blocked. The game has just changed. ASIC mining is just as decentralized. You could buy a home miner that costs less than a GPU, and GPU mining is not any more profitable either. All proof of work mining right now is not that profitable. It's just not only Caspa. And even if you look at GPU mining profitability, it is no better either. So I really don't understand the people who are GPU only miners when they want to complain about ASICs destroying a coin, but them remaining GPU mining only kind of investors are not doing any better either. There aren't really any other coins to be mining right now with a GPU that is much more profitable. And a lot of people keep wanting to claim that the mining for Caspa is dying. I mean, every single time Caspa has a hash rate drop, you have all these people come out and say, like, you see, it's dying, it's over. And then literally it recovers and then they're quiet again and go back to fudding other stuff about Caspa. So honestly, if you're gonna make an assessment, please allow more time to pass before making a final assessment because honestly, at the end of the day, you're just cherry picking whenever you're trying to make these claims. Every single time Caspa has dropped in hash rate, it has recovered nicely. And I believe it's largely due to the fact that there are a lot of home miners for Caspa that are, yes, not as profitable, but they don't cost as much to run. So a lot of people are willing to run them at a loss, especially like someone like myself. My miners aren't really profitable, but I'm still running them because the cost for them to keep running is really not that high at all. Chris over here said, I'm always happy when whales are selling Caspa, much better for distribution. And this user was just simply saying that Caspa holders are always trying to spin a positive thing on anything bad that happens with Caspa. And Chris says, to be fair, I have consistently said since Mara started mining gas, I hope they sell frequently for better coin spread. I'm just being consistent. And this is true and true for myself as well. I already made a video about marathon mining selling Caspa. And I myself was also saying that if they do decide to sell, this is only going to just further distribute the supply. And the whole idea of Caspa was not to just hold on to it forever. And I said here, I myself have talked about them possibly selling as well in the past and mentioned that their selling is basically their loss and only better distributes the supply. Caspa does not need marathon mining to be successful. Marathon mining just added to the list of reasons why Caspa cannot be ignored. And then this user here says, if the whole idea is distribution, why is Caspa mined by ASIC only? The logic is one, it's better for Caspa to be mined literally by big capital only. Two, it's good if big capital dump because of distribution doesn't lose the ones that buy spot only. I said, because being ASIC resistance is delaying the inevitable, ASICs are needed for Caspa network to perform at peak capacity. ASICs got introduced much later to prevent from big ASIC farmers from acquiring a bulk of the supply. This is showing to be true so far. A big miner has reduced their amount to be insignificant to the entire supply. And marathon mining right now is only 35 million Caspa coins instead of the 108 million Caspa coins, which is the most that we know that they have reported of them holding. And truly, this is insignificant to the entire supply of Kaspa. They have never been really a big holder of Kaspa. And this other user over here says, I fail to see how selling Kaspa constitutes using Kaspa. If they had used it to directly purchase miners, electricity, then sure. But in this case, they simply dumped it likely on an exchange. There was no using Kaspa as it was intended happening anywhere here. And I say a sell equals use because it contributes to a network transaction, possibly multiple ones. We also don't know exactly what they sold into. I imagine some BTC plus expenses. Caspa's freedom money. People can do what they feel is right for them. Time will be the judge on if it was smart. And this is always going to be the case. I'm never going to mock anyone for selling Caspa because Caspa is freedom money. And the whole idea of Caspa is for it to be used. So if you're selling Caspa to purchase goods and services, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're selling Caspa to fund your lifestyle for any reason, then there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's just foolish if you're selling Caspa because of fear. I think Kaspa is still, in my opinion, a long term bet for me and a long term better investment for me. And people are so quickly to forget that people that sold Bitcoin to use it is the reason why Bitcoin got to where it is today. If anyone recalls the day in 2010 when someone bought two pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin, everyone talks about, oh my goodness, this Bitcoin would have been way more if he would have just held. But in fact, if he would have just held, we would never have had these headlines and the media reaching out to this guy to just bring even more attention to Bitcoin because he actually used Bitcoin. And this is the whole idea of cryptocurrency, and that is it is supposed to be used. If it's not being used, then what are we doing here? At the end of the day, proof of work systems are going to die if they don't get used. So it's important that people are using Caspa. But in my opinion, this sell of Caspa that Marathon Mining did, I feel like it's going to turn into what Germany did recently, which is when they sold all of their Bitcoin at 50K, and this was worth about 50,000 BTC, $2 billion. They sold all at 50K. And then a few months later, if they would have just held, it would have been at a way bigger profit. But again, there's always reasons why people need to sell. And in my opinion, Marathon Mining is selling because at the end of the day, they are a mining company. This user says it's strange that they wouldn't wait to sell into the smart contracts or 10 blocks per second hype after stacking for 2 quarters. Seem like a dumb move whether you love or hate Caspa. Stinks of a cave to BTC max pressure. And I say they don't operate as an investor would when analyzing Caspa longer term. They're a company trying to extract as much profit as possible to show off to their shareholders. And then this user says here, where did you pull that from? Just curious. I said, if the company is not profitable, then shareholders will continue to dump the stock. I don't see how it would be in their best interest to not try and please shareholders over making a possible long term investment plan that may or may not turn well, especially considering many of their shareholders are maxis and they got a lot of pushback for the decision to mine Caspa. So at the end of the day, hey, they're still holding some Caspa. They didn't sell it all. So obviously, they still seem some kind of long term potential in it if they want to still hold Caspa and not sell all of it. But even if they do decide to sell all of it, I really do think it's going to be a very poor decision. Caspa has only about 10% of the entire supply left, meaning that Caspa is going to become much more scarce for miners to acquire more Caspa, especially because the reward is dropping every single month. And there is still no big, large ASIC farmer that is public and able to acquire a big bulk of the supply, which means that the idea of having a fast emission schedule was actually a smart choice. Again, as I have said in multiple videos, that the fast emission schedule was to prevent these larger entities from acquiring a bulk of the supply. And if anything, you would want these large entities to be selling Caspa at these prices rather than later because they were able to acquire close to a billion Caspa. I don't think you would want a large entity holding a billion Caspa, especially an entity like Marathon Mining, where they have openly said that they could use Caspa as a means to get more Bitcoin or as a means to pay for their expenses, which means that they obviously will have to use Caspa as a way to fund things and sell it. So ultimately, is this bullish or bearish? I think at the end of the day, time will really tell us and will be the judge of whether Marathon Mining made a good decision here. Personally, I really don't think it matters because the amount of Caspa they held has never been significant compared to the entire supply of Caspa that is currently sitting well over 25.7 billion. So one more post that I wanted to share with you guys is Wolfie, which is one of the main people behind getting Caspa listed on exchanges, did meet with the chief strategy officer of Marathon Digital Holdings. And I just wanted to point out this post here that I thought was kind of funny. Hove R over here said, but Wolfie, they sold, they sold. And Wolfie responded here, said, some. They refers to the publicly traded corporation. Nobody in the picture sold anything, meaning that the chief strategy officer of Marathon Digital Mining has not sold any Caspa. You know, he's still holding Caspa. And this is something else to point out is that people who work for Marathon Mining could by all means use the money that they make for working for the company to just buy Caspa themselves, and the publicly traded company can dump all the Caspa they want. But the people who are in this inside will really know what they hold as long as they do their research. And like what Jonathan has said in the past, one man's trash is another man's silver. Before we go, if you have not considered getting yourself a Tangem wallet yet, Tangem does have these Caspa branded cards, and there's about 2073 wallets left. And if you use the code Caspa Silver at the checkout, you can receive 10% off your order. Tangem wallet is a great way to store your Caspa offline and off exchanges so that you don't have to worry about an exchange having control over your funds. You can still self custody your Caspa and hold it on your own wallet. And I do appreciate any of you that use my code to acquire this because it does help support me. Thank you guys again for watching. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here. And as always, don't be average.
Shout out to Kaspa Silver and his information about how people are taking the marathon thing. As someone mentioned, the marathon dump was months ago. Yes, but then they reported it today in their earnings report. So, I don't know what you guys think about that. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's see here. This is Discover Casper Smart Contracts. You see IRA Lab game changing innovation. So let's see what IRA Labs has to say. I see Caspa as an ultimate. Ultimate what? What are you guys talking about? Let's go.
Ultimate decentralized sequencer, which is basically a holy grail of the whole modern Ethereum ecosystem. We want to offer real-time transaction speed and use all future Kaspa innovations to create, as I already mentioned, atomically composable smart contracts, and to provide both Kaspa community and EVM builders development environment, which will, we believe, leapfrog Ethereum.
What's up, Crypto Crew, and welcome back. Or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Might, actively escaping the matrix, scoping out the crypto ocean. So if you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt.
Into the boat.
Crypto Crew, things are lining up for Kaspa. Once Kaspa gets the long-awaited upgrade to 10 blocks per second, smart contracts will follow in the order of development. Up to now, we've only been able to speculate what these smart contracts will look like, especially in November of 2024, when Kaspa researcher Shai Wyborski left us with a major cliffhanger.
There is so much to say about smart contracts and how cool they're going to be on Kaspa, and how they're going to give you the best of both worlds, and how, because Kaspa is so fast, you can do the entire validation on-chain with this unique MEV resistance and still get responsiveness as though you are doing the sync off-chain.
More recently, Kaspa Maxi Christian Ludwig explained briefly the 4 distinct projects that are currently building smart contracts on Kaspa. In today's video, we'll hear more about the smart contract developments from a few of the main protagonists. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Caspians know what they hold. As Kaspa is a digital asset, the digital silver to Bitcoin's digital gold. And so like all assets, we should protect them. We at Your Crypto Crew always encourage you to practice self-custody, and we believe the Tangem wallet is your best option. Plug and play, easy to use, the most affordable cold storage in our opinion. So if you'd like to order your Tangem wallet today, you can get 15% off using code CryptoCrew. It is for a limited time. Check out the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for your support in advance, and may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you all.
There is no such thing as bad publicity.
The other day, XXIM podcast did an interview with the Igra Labs team, Chief of Strategy Denis Mashevich, and Igra Labs CEO Pavel Emden. These men did a wonderful job explaining Igra Labs' role within the Kaspa smart contract development. Shout out to Ankit of the XXIM podcast.
Until 2017, I was working in Web2, e-commerce, Berlin-based unicorns, Auto1 and Delivery Hero leading teams. But then in 2017, fell into crypto rabbit hole, never came back. I was working on several on-chain protocols, infrastructure projects as well, mostly in the Ethereum ecosystem, but also touching Algorand. Last summer I was approached by Dennis, we know each other forever, and he told me I should look into Kaspa. What I saw was honestly too good to be true. And as an engineer, I have engineering background, I'm skeptical by nature, so I was skeptical. But after researching and reading about Gosdak, Doug Knight papers, and core teams writings, research Kaspa, I was convinced that Kaspa is probably more just than yet another layer 1 system. I see Kaspa as ultimate decentralized sequencer, which is basically a holy grail of the whole modern Ethereum ecosystem. And it has the inherent security of proof of work and ultra-fast processing, sub-second finality. So these properties are unique for decentralized sequencers in our industry. So I decided that Dennis told me we should build layer 2 with it. And here we're set to build Igra. Several words about Igra itself. We see it as a VM agnostic system because we can build and will build diverse VMs, not just Ethereum, but obviously Ethereum is a very interesting first step. We want to offer real-time transaction speed and use all future Kaspa innovations to create, as I already mentioned, atomically composable smart contracts, and to provide both Kaspa community and EVM builders development environment, which will, we believe, leapfrog Ethereum.
Let me give you my perspective, okay? Ethereum guys actually invented the term, and they want their all their rollups to be based, but they cannot, at least for now, because they're too slow. The whole point of all those rollups on Ethereum is to speed Ethereum, okay? The whole point.
Yes.
And Kaspa is already as fast as we want it to be. What does base rollup mean? Okay.
Yes.
How is it different from, let's say, optimistic rollups on Ethereum and everything? Those kind of non-based rollups, okay, they have their own consensus. They run transactions, let's say, 1 million transactions per second or whatever between themselves, but they are not secured yet by the best chain, by Ethereum. At a certain point of time, they create one transaction, put it on Ethereum, and then Ethereum puts a stamp. Okay, all those 1 million transactions are valid. Okay, but until then, they have their own security. Okay, so when user sends a transaction, they send it to that rollup. In our case, the user sends a transaction to the layer 1. The transaction is first mined by the layer 1 miners. Then we pick it up and process it. But the basic security is Kaspa itself. And from technical point of view, why do we need ZK? This is a very, very hard problem to overcome, because every 3 days for now, yes, all your transactions, all your block is getting thrown away by Kaspa, and only the proof is that it happened stays, okay? But if we build a programmable layer, all the Ethereum ecosystem expects all those blocks and transactions to be available forever, yes, because this is how Ethereum works. So zero knowledge is basically the way to overcome this pruning window. Okay? It's like a bridge between these periods of 3 days, okay? This is a kind of more technical perspective. Why is zero knowledge is necessary, yes, in that sense, for ZK rollups on Kaspa? Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of confusion, and we wanted to get it clarified ourselves. So why do we need layer 2s on Kaspa?
That's a good one. We need programmability to bring utility to Kaspa. That's a long story short. To unlock utility and attract future liquidity to Kaspa. That's our goal, and it's fully aligned with the Kaspa community, we believe. Not just applications, it can unlock amazing features like atomic composability and MEV resilience, minor extraction value that's applied to our industry. And we believe we should build systems, programmable systems, which doesn't have this problem, which some people try to sell as a feature.
Right. The programmable layer on Kaspa, what does that mean in your own words, right? Like how you will interact with Sparkle? Because Sparkle is, from my perspective, needs to build the infrastructure for you guys to build what you're building.
They don't. We're completely independent. IGRA is a based rollup. Based rollup is a term coined by Justin Drake from Ethereum Foundation. And it is essentially a blockchain that derives its liveness, decentralization, and sequencing from the base layer, Kaspa in our case. So IGRA derives liveness and decentralization from Kaspa block DAG, right? And at its launch, in the first phase, we won't have zero knowledge in order to not to be dependent on Kaspa's core team opcode roadmap. So in this way, IGRA is not ZK rollup, right? Because in order to build VK rollup in a way that doesn't repeat all the rollup mistakes which we saw on Ethereum, we need zero knowledge native opcode in Kaspa. Right. And we want to just to deliver the first smart contracts on Kaspa as soon as possible. Our second phase will have zero knowledge and will utilize external provers network in a manner that Kaspa 1 will be able to verify the IGRA's state transition. And this will enable a number of features, specifically light clients, and we will be able to move assets from Kaspa to IGRA and back through a trustless canonical bridge. But right now, we release just a based rollup, not a zero knowledge rollup. Why Kaspa doesn't have a native smart contracts? Because there is a clear separation of concerns in Kaspa. Michael Sutton, Kaspa's core architect, defined his vision for Kaspa Layer 1 as the world sequencer. The ultimate sequencer, exactly. Yeah. So IGRA is our team's interpretation for what crypto stack on Kaspa should look like. It's a base rollup. Again, like we build EVM, which derives its state consensus from layer 1. Right, we don't have any consensus on layer 2 because we use Kaspa as a sequencer. Other builders will, and they may see it differently. And yeah, some envision, Anton's team envision native one smart contracts. That's a long-term project, right? I mean, as long as there is innovation and projects leverage Kaspa's community to build, like we're happy to see diverse ecosystem develop. It's another aspect of decentralization, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly the point, that everyone can build and build differently, right?
Crypto Crew, personally, I'm super excited to see some of the people behind this project explaining what actually is in store for Kaspa and what the potential of Kaspa could look like, with people who have the know-how to build something that has never been built before, who not only believe in Kaspa, but also once thought Kaspa is too good to be true, simply because there's never been something like Kaspa before. Isn't it interesting how Kaspa is compared to other crypto projects on this crypto ocean? Projects that are already listed on top tier exchanges, projects that already been through a bull run or even multiple bull runs. Not only is this Kaspa's first ever bull run, Kaspa already is a top 50 crypto project, yet is far from a finished article. Kaspa operates on its own timeline, and that means the upgrades that are coming will bring the inevitable adoption whilst shaping into the Bitcoin at internet speed. In other words, Kaspa is taking its position as the Bitcoin that Bitcoin could never be, a digital asset with the unique ability to be used as actual digital currency. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good.
Stick around.
Fix your mind before you get to the grind. And with that said, let's continue to escape the matrix. Let's continue to be on the lookout for the next big thing here on the crypto ocean. Grow in grace, and let's make some crypto waves. Say aye.
That was weird. Trying to come back and I was on the wrong screen. That might be the problem. But that was your crypto crew. So keeping it moving. My main man, Freeman Finance. See what Freeman had to say about the Kaspa bull run being canceled? What?
Kaspa going down under 9 cents. Bitcoin is absolutely crashing. Fear and is at lows that we have never seen before. What is going on? Why is it crashing? And did we ruin the bull market for Kaspa? In this video, we're going to go over all of these points. We're going to highlight what is going on in the macroeconomic environment and what do we have to look forward to with Kaspa, guys. I'm going to give my price predictions and my analysis of what I think is going to happen in the
Well, you said Kaspa's in a free fall. What do you mean? Shushay? I'm not sure how you say that. Tell me in the comments phonetically, how do you say that name? Sorry if I got your name wrong. You are right. Kaspa is down 9% in the past 24 hours. So look at the 5-hour chart. We are losing volume. And got another red candle. Look at the 15-minute chart. Still losing volume. MACD crossed. Let's go back to the bubbles to see what's going on the bubble. I guess we can close this out. Leave that open. Close this out. Go back and check the crypto bubbles real quick. So it must be some news event. Something must have happened, right? Why is crypto all red again? We just bounced back to come back to this, right? Wow, Snake's down 10%, Moodang's down 15%. XRP is down 7, which is good because I can pick up some more XRP tomorrow when I get paid at the low, right? 16Z is down 12%. Is there anything green? Is anybody here? Toasty's up 2% in the hour. FTT is up 1%. Why? The spell is up. Litecoin is up. Bitcoin is up 0.8. What is Bitcoin doing at 0.8? 80,000 Bitcoin. Wow. I don't know what's going on, but it ain't good. Let's get back to Freeman.
short term. We can all agree that Kaspa has not performed as we would expect, but does that change my overall outlook on Kaspa, and am I still bullish, guys? We're going to get into all of that in this video and more. I love you all. This is never financial advice. Coming over here to Kaspa, guys, it says Kaspa is the fastest open source, decentralized, fully scalable layer 1 in the world. The world's first block DAG, a digital ledger enabling parallel blocks and instant transaction confirmation. Why does nobody care about that? Why does only the Kaspa Maxis and myself think that this is the best thing? Shouldn't it be valued somewhere $5-10 a piece, something like a 30 or 40 billion dollar market cap? Well, yeah, I think it absolutely should. But why is the markets crashing? And why doesn't anyone care? If we come over here, we can see this from the White House. President imposes tariffs on imports from Canada, Mexico, and China. This is from a couple weeks ago, but this is all going into effect. If we go back, you can see that there is actually some more articles coming out. Now there is 25 tariffs on the EU, but it's not just about these tariffs. We got to look broader. We can see if we come over here to Market Watch, what is coming up with the economic reports this week. And we can see that on Tuesday, we had the consumer confidence come in, okay, and the actual was at 98.3. The forecast was at 102.3, and previously it was at 105.3. So you can see that went down. If we come over to what happened on yesterday, we can see the previous new home sales was at 734. Now it was expected to be at 671,000, and it came in at 657,000. So what is that telling us? Right now in the United States, we are at a shortage of homes, yet They are not making the sales that people had expected. That means that people cannot afford to buy a home. It is going to become a nation of renters. That's the reason why I never want to let go of my 3% mortgage. I rent it out or anything, but I'm never going to absolutely get rid of it. But what do we have coming today? This is going to be very, very important. Right around the time you're watching this video, this data will be coming out. So you'll be able to correlate the price with what is happening. We can see that when we look at the jobless claims, this is unemployment. It was 219,000 last report. It's expected to be 225,000. So what is going to happen? We can see we also have GDP. This is how much money the country is making going on. We have pending home sales. So how many people are trying to sell a house versus how many people have actually going to buy a brand new house. This is a lot of important stuff. And then on Friday, we have passive income, personal spending. This is very, very important. We also have core PCE index. And guys, this is all going to tell us a lot when we look at retail inventories, when we look at personal income. This is telling us how much money people have to spend. And at the end of the day, even though I believe Kaspa is a currency and that there's a lot of use cases when it comes to cryptocurrency, that is typically spent with extra money after you paid the mortgage, after you bought food for your family, after you maybe put some investments into your retirement account, your 401k, or your Roth IRA. But it is not all bearish, and I will tell you why. If you have the forward look on things, everything will be okay, guys. This is Crypto Matt over here. He's a Kaspa guy over on X. And I just want to say we've got a full Kaspa AMA, a space I'll be hosting over on X, guys. We're trying to have Kaspa Silver, Crypto Matt, Kaspa Guru, my guy Brian. We're trying to have lots of good people, guys. We're going to be announcing it within a week, and it'll be coming out in a couple of weeks. So I really hope to see everyone there. But what do we have that are huge catalysts coming up for Kaspa, targeting 10 blocks per second, which we will get into a little later in the video. We're going to give you a date of when 10 blocks per second are coming. Smart contracts in development, guys, coming mid-25. Exchange listings, we know we're all waiting on Binance. We're all waiting on Coinbase, the Rust rewrite, layer 2 solutions. But we've got so much more already coming. And when you take a look at what is available in the market right now for layer ones, guys, you know, Ethereum has been struggling. It's too expensive. BNB, that's like if your dad was the coach and you're the quarterback. Solana has been getting shellacked lately. Cardano is old. Tron is expensive. Litecoin's a derivative. Avalanche. Sui's good, but it's proof of stake. So when you're going through here, the only unique thing that is proof of work is Kaspa, and it's only sitting at a $2.2 billion a market cap, but we could see what has been causing the price to go down. The granddaddy of them all. We can see there's been a lot of downside action right here on BTC. If we just look at the last 3 days, we have lost 15% on an asset that is over $2 trillion in market cap. That is over $350 billion liquidated out of the markets. But one thing that is interesting to me, if we look, this is 3 daily candles. If we come over to Kaspa and we also look at the daily time frame, we could see over the last 3 days, it is not bad as it seems, guys. It is down 10%, which is less than Bitcoin, because whenever we had less favorable news, but Bitcoin wasn't moving as far down in this time frame right here, you could see alts got completely shellacked. When Bitcoin was staying pretty stagnant, it went down almost 40%. So does that tell us that the worst downside for Kaspa is over? We're sitting here looking at 9% the last couple of days of an asset that is only 2 billion, whereas we go to 2 trillion in market cap. It's down 15%. And I want to evaluate this chart a little bit more and tell you the price levels that I will be looking at. But before I get into that, it's not all bad news, okay? We are getting dragged down as the Kaspa community for the large macro environment. What's going on fiscally around the entire world, not just in one country, not just in one sector. Everyone is worried about potential recessions. Everyone is worried about bad, hard fiscal time. So I want to get into what are some bullish things coming up for Kaspa. And we can see right here, guys, KRC20 just launched recently. Guys, you know I am bullish on a lot of these. Nacho Kango, my favorite one that has been a partner of Freeman of Finance and Crypto in the past. Croak right here, guys. We've got NFTs, and I believe this is going to branch into real world assets, actual utility being built on Kaspa, guys. You can see right here, this is the most popular NFT collection. It's a derivative of the old school crypto punks. This is Punks. Look at this. The cheapest one is over $400. But when we look at the data with Kaspa, it is unmatched, guys. Currently sitting at 1 block per second, but that is about to change very soon. Very soon. We're going to get into that in just a minute. 1.32 exahash, guys. Just look back 6 months ago at the videos I was making. We were at 700 petahashes. We are so looking forward to the day of 1 exahash. So why everyone is scared, why Kaspa's price is going down, people are still investing in mining equipment. People are still working to secure the network because the smart money, the big money, has the further outlook that Kaspa is going to be a great investment. And when you compare it to something like Bitcoin, Kaspa is already almost 90% a mine. But what do we have going on, and when is it gonna come? Guys, look, we're currently at 1 block per second. 10 blocks per second is currently being done on Dev Testnet by Coder of Stuff. This is a very large platform. This guy does a lot of stuff on YouTube and X, guys. You can see this is Michael Sutton posting this right here. And my guy Kaspa Silver, who said he will be joining us for the Kaspa AMA. So what's the ETA for testnet 10 to become the best version of Kaspa? And they said Monday or Tuesday of next week. I'll put the calendar right here, guys, but I absolutely love that. I can't wait for this to happen. This is very, very big things. And what does that look like? That's more and more transactions that are going to go through. This is real world utility can be built on Kaspa, guys. Right now, there is not real world utility built on Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I'm a big fan. I think it's the best thing that ever happened to modern fiscal times for money, guys. It's the best form of money that there has ever been until Kaspa came along, and I believe that Bitcoin will always be the gold. But the fact that Kaspa is going to be able to be used for everyday transactions, it will be able to be integrated into businesses. When we're looking at all of these, guys, I do not think it's going to be long until Kaspa is sitting right up here above BNB. I think it's going to pass Solana. I made a joke on Twitter the other day saying, hey, I always thought that Kaspa was going to pass Solana, but I didn't think it was going to pass it with Solana just going down and Kaspa not going up, guys. But the markets will find true technology. The degen season, as much as I love meme coins, will be over soon, and people will find real technology. But be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. The great Warren Buffett said that. And you can see the yearly low on fear and greed right here was 26. We are now 20. We are in extreme, extreme, extreme fear, guys. I cannot stress this enough. This is never financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy. We could go lower, but I'm so passionate about this. Every time you've been low, every time, look what has happened. Imagine if I was to buy right here when it was a fear and greed of, let's just say, 31. Okay, so what? I lost a little bit of money a couple weeks later when it went down to 26, but fast forward a month, I was way in the green, guys. We will look back at this time when this whole chart has shifted over a little bit and this keeps going up. We're at 20 now. What's it going to go to negative 100? I do not think so. When we take a look at everything, when we look at all the indicators, if we just come over here and look at RSI, we can see where we are. We are 33 on RSI right now. So we can draw a line right here and say that the lowest that we have seen Kaspa get to is this level right here of about 25. We could see it hit it back in May of 23, and then it hit it there recently. So how much downside could we potentially go? Absolute worst case scenario. We obviously have a couple levels to look at. You all know that I dropped $7,500 on 100,000 Kaspa back here at this price right here. But What's the lowest we could go? We could have a couple things go. We could come down here, we could come here, we could touch it, then we could go. But of course, it's all going to matter on what Bitcoin does, on what BTC does. And the levels that I'm watching for Bitcoin is this level right here. And it lines up with this high that we had back in March of 2024. And on this that we had right here in October of 2024. And that is right around $75,000. So if we were to have another dip of about 10 or 12%, for BTC, we know that as we talked earlier, that Kaspa did not drop as much percentage wise as a Bitcoin did. So it could just go down a little bit more and touch that line again, which would be about 12%. But what I personally would like to see, guys, and I know a lot of people that hate seeing the price go down do not want to see it, but what I will be guarding very, very closely is this level right here. If we draw a line right here, we could see that it is currently at about 0.053. I know a lot of people and their mommies will have orders right here at 5 cents. What I'm personally not doing is waiting for that 5 cent level. If it comes, I will be buying, but I'm not going to get greedy when we're talking about tenths of a cent, guys, for life-changing opportunities for me to buy Kaspa. I'm going to load up so extremely heavy, guys, relative to me. This is all relative, right? But I would like to try to buy a very lot of Kaspa, at least 250,000 more Kaspa, guys. If I could get to 1,000,000 Kaspa, I would be so extremely happy. But when I look at this right there looks like it will be a support. So even right there is a little too much for me. I think I would move up a little bit and say, hey, look, 6 cents, I'm completely happy with. If it goes from 6 cents down to 5 cents, that's another 16% decline. I can do that. 10,000, losing $1,600 temporarily. I'm completely fine with that. I can buy more, but what I do not want to risk is us hitting here and 2 days later being above 10 cents, guys. But I know it is very hard times in the market. I know we all expected us to be at 50 cents, $1 on Kaspa right now, but we have things outside of Kaspa's control. But all we can ask ourselves, has anything changed about the project? And the answer is no. It is the same project, but better fundamentals and further along in the roadmap. The same reason we fell in love with Kaspa, they are achieving it. But let me know, how low do you think Kaspa is going to go before we get
So that's Freeman Finance. Shout out to Freeman and Kaspa. And as he mentioned, how low do you think it's going to go? Because currently we are at 7.6 cents. And looks like it continues to slide. What is going on out here? I have to check the news to see what is bringing down the market. Because back in the day, everything is down. Everything is pulling back. I got people blowing my phone up. Like, I don't know. I don't run the crypto market, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, cats and dogs. I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is to diamond hand and continue to hold. Am I even audible? Yeah, so I don't know, guys, what to do, what to tell you with Kaspa. And keep holding, guys. As he mentioned, I suspect it would be a good thing to get to 1 million cast, the Dr. Evil. 1 million. I don't know. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think 1 million is achievable? Is this something that's going to happen? Is something that should happen? Should we be buying more? I remember over the summer, a lot of guys were telling me they had lots of Kaspa on the way to be a Kaspa millionaire. And I told you back then, pump the brakes, right? You got to wait. Any black swan event will send the market spiraling downward, which what happened, right? I don't want to be the fodder of the bearer of bad news, but try to warn you guys, take it slow, bro, right? Don't get in over your head and expect for everything to turn around. You got to take it easy breezy, lemon squeezy. But shout out to all the long-term Kaspa holders and you guys that have been in it from the get-go. So this is your crypto crew. More about Kaspa Fudders, right? These guys are burning down YouTube with FUD, right? I never seen anybody work so hard to FUD any crypto exchange. These guys are all the way in and all the way live, trying to bring down the favorite KAS, the Kaspa token, what you know and love. And if you can see here, I've flooded the market with Kaspa shorts, right? Actually, what is Galaxy talking about? What the freak?
Kaspa could hit a rank 6, 7, or maybe only hits rank 13 in the top of the bull run. I mean, everything is being scripted out perfectly for Kaspa to pump a lot in the bull run because we have 8 months left of bull run. I think the bull run will end in November this year. So we got 8 months left. And 8 months is plenty of time for Kaspa to get the spot listing on Coinbase. Get some Nacho, get some Kango, some Caspi, get some Kiro, get some Croak, and a few other decent looking ones. So yeah, get little bits of a lot of these. And the easiest way to do that is, at least with Kaspa, super decentralized, no insiders, 100% fair launch, good distribution of coins, and actually a fair crypto for anyone to get into. So that's why I'm always recommending Kaspa and meme coins, because they have the same principles.
Yeah, I'm definitely deep in the Kaspa meme coin, so I agree with you there. Galaxy, right? That was weird, but definitely keep your eye on the KAS token. Because people won't see Myra. I do have that already. So let's get back to your crypto crew and the funkin' FUD for Kaspa.
Research, and the community is trying to drive you into purchasing the cryptocurrency, regardless of whatever it is, without giving you the full information of what is going on with the project.
What's up, Crypto Crew? Welcome back. Or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Mite, actively escaping the matrix, scoping out the crypto ocean. So if you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt.
Into the boat!
Crypto Crew, Kaspa has been making some waves up until August of 2024. And so Kaspa has been facing its share of skepticism ever since. We've seen many here on the YouTube sphere express their concerns about or hate for Kaspa. But here's the thing, Crypto Crew, while there are skeptics, there are also massive catalysts on the horizon that could make Kaspa one of the most exciting opportunities on the entire crypto ocean right now. You know my personal stance, Crypto Crew. I'm bullish on Kaspa at the moment, making an attempt to scoop up as much Kaspa as I personally can, because I believe that all the current Caspians and Kaspa Maxis are front-running the inevitable impact Kaspa will have on this crypto ocean. Not financial advice, just my conviction that I share with conviction. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. I'll talk more about that conviction later, and that too is biblical.
We've got grayscale and hedge funds starting to invest into Kaspa. We've got Casplex. We've got the Crescendo Fork taking it to 10 blocks per second. And you're bearish on Kaspa right now?
Kaspa is a digital asset. It is the digital silver to Bitcoin's digital gold. And like all assets, you should protect them. That's why at Your Crypto Crew, I'll always personally encourage you to practice self-custody. And I believe the Tangem wallet is your best option. Plug and play, easy to use, the most affordable cold storage in my personal opinion. So if you'd like to order your Tangem wallet today, you can get 15% off using code CryptoCrew. The Tangem team has extended their special offer for a short period of time. So check out the link in the description box below. Thanks so much for your consideration and support in advance. And may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you all. First, let's...
Yeah, you are right. It's just not okay. You're right. Be more. It's all Caspa's fault, right? The market's down because of Caspa. Crypto's failing because of Caspa. Bitcoin is currently at, what are we at? Dang, Bitcoin is currently at 79,000. 79,900 because of Caspa. That's all Caspa's fault, man. But just joking with you guys. But yeah, people are beside themselves worrying about what's going on with Caspa. Everything is red here. Every single project is down, and you guys are making videos about FUD and Caspa. Have you no decency? Is there no honor among thieves? What are you guys doing? And why are you so worried about what Caspa's doing? Right? I can see Bitcoin maxis, but everybody else, FUD and Caspa, just because there's nothing else to FUD. There's a whole market of things out here. Why are you wasting time on Caspa? If you're in it to win it. If you're not in it, stay out of our business. Straight up. Man, it's your main man BTM. Let's see here. Let's get back to that video.
Address the elephant in the room, the Kaspa skepticism. In a recent video, Son of a Tech raised some valid concerns about Kaspa. He pointed out that Marathon Digital, or Mara, has been mining and selling large.
Bro, we're on the same wavelength, right? We are literally, please, FUD, FartCoin. I don't understand how FartCoin is even ranked in the top for meme coins, right? Why does anybody even invest in FartCoin? FartCoin down 13% to 28 cents. Down 13.4 today, 15 on the week, 65 on the month. And people are wasting time worrying about what's going on with Kaspa, right? There's a whole gamut of tokens to look at and FUD and to make videos on. But you're spending your precious time worrying about Kaspa. You're not even in Kaspa. Like, one of the guys mentioned people are still buying Kaspa miners. I actually bought a couple miners, so I don't know. Maybe I'm a moron. Maybe I'm a glutton for losses. But we are in it now, right? We're in the thick of things. So where is your support? Are you with us or are you against us? What side are you on? Pick a side and stick with it. Don't come back in a couple weeks when Kaspa starts to run. Oh yeah, I was with Kaspa the whole time. Stop it. Definitely not. You're literally making videos about Kaspa FUD, and now all of a sudden you're Kaspa again. Beat it.
Amounts of Kaspa. This sell pressure, combined with the current bearish looking market for altcoins, has led some to question Kaspa's long-term viability.
With half of their hash rate, they earned 93 million tokens in Kaspa by June 27th. They then doubled their hash rate. They're telling you that they're selling Kaspa to hold more Bitcoin.
Son of a Tech also mentioned that Bitcoin is still the preferred asset for many investors and that Kaspa's fast emission schedule could make it harder for the price to stabilize in the short term. Now, these are fair points, and I respect Son of a Tech for bringing them up, because it's always good to know what you hold and why, because that breeds conviction and it leads to critical thinking. But here's the thing, skepticism often comes from a lack of information about what's coming next.
There just seems to be a lot of poor research, and the community is trying to drive you into purchasing the cryptocurrency, regardless of whatever it is, without giving you the full information of what is going on with the project.
Here are some of the upcoming catalysts that could completely change the game for Kaspa and the entire crypto ocean. These developments are why I believe the current skepticism is actually an opportunity for those who see beyond and see the bigger picture. First up, the crescendo upgrade. Somewhere in April 2025, Kaspa will increase its block processing speed to an incredible 10 blocks per second. This upgrade will make Kaspa one of the fastest blockchains in the world, if not the fastest, far outpacing most competitors. Why does this matter? Because speed and scalability are critical for real-world adoption, whether it's payments, DeFi, decentralized finance, or gaming. Kaspa will be able to handle it all with ease. This upgrade alone could attract developers, businesses, and institutions looking for a high-performance blockchain, or in Kaspa's case, block DAC. Next, we have smart contracts. By Q3 or late 2025, Kaspa is set to introduce smart contracts functionality. This is a huge deal as it means Kaspa will no longer just be a fast and secure crypto project. It will also be a platform for decentralized finance, NFTs, and other blockchain-based applications.
This is, Bitcoin-like proof of work hash rate, right? Securing smart contracts, which has never been done before. It truly is the Ethereum killer.
Think about the successes that Solana and Ethereum had when they implemented smart contracts. Now imagine Kaspa with its superior speed and efficiency entering that space. And finally, let's talk about exchange listings. Kaspa is on track to be listed on major tier 1 exchanges like Binance, which I know Crypto Crew, many Caspians have been reporting on as if it should have happened yesterday or 2 weeks ago. But Binance is ready to go. It's just waiting for better circumstances. OKX and possibly even Coinbase can follow this year as well. And these listings are game changing as they bring liquidity, accessibility, and visibility to a project.
Bro, Son of Tech's probably already buying back into Kaspa. You can't trust these guys, first off. And second off, this guy's flip-flops all the time, right? Don't mind Kaspa, mine Kaspa. Don't mind Ethereum, mine Ethereum. Don't mind, what was that? Well, it was something they were talking about, right? So he showed you how to set it up, how to do it. Then the next day, he was like, you shouldn't mine it. Dude, you literally showed us yesterday how to mine it, how to configure the miner. Now you came back and say, don't mine it. Seriously. Or the infamous mine it for 3 weeks. Then they say, oh, I've been mining it, but now I'm going to give you a video to show you how to mine it, right? After you've already mined most of the profit out. Now you want us to get on these small coins that you've already mined all the way out. Who you think you're kidding, son of a tech? But I regress, right? I want to start picking on other YouTubers. YouTuber is a hard business, so I understand your pain, brother. But let's get back to your crypto crew.
So coin gets listed on a major exchange, it often leads to a surge in price and adoption. For Kaspa, this could be the moment when the world starts paying attention.
The fees on Kaspa are 1/10 of a penny, so that's cheaper than everything. The speed, once 10 blocks per second is here, is faster than everything. We're almost faster than Solana right now, but we'll be like 7 times faster than Solana with 10 BPS. It's like the trilemma, but you got one more, and I just think of that as fees because people care about fees. And then you have security. Proof of work is way more secure than proof of stake. This is, Bitcoin-like proof of work hash rate, right? Securing smart contracts, which has never been done before.
Now let's connect the dots right now. Kaspa's price is low and many people are skeptical. Just take a look at the comment section of videos from Kaspa content creators like myself. Here's the thing, Crypto Crew. This is exactly when opportunities are born. And this is true not just in crypto or investing, but in life universally. Most people don't see opportunity because short-term challenges are literally in their way and their focus is on the challenges. That's why Caspians continue to walk by faith, not by sight. As the word of God says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Let me put it in a way you've probably never heard it before. I've never seen the Lord Jesus Christ a day in my life, yet I've put my faith in what he has done on the cross in the past for my salvation or going to heaven in the future, plus nothing, minus nothing. Similarly, I've never seen Kaspa hit over 20 cents, yet I put my faith in what kind of crypto project and community Kaspa has proven to be since its inception in late 2021. The fundamentals Kaspa has proven to have and develop to what it potentially becomes in 2025 and beyond.
I really think the technology behind Kaspa is unique and is going to work in a cash-based system.
Now, of course, I do not deify Kaspa. However, the reason why I proclaim the Lord Jesus Christ as much as I do here on your crypto crew is because of the connection between Christ and Kaspa, and it's biblical. I've seen some Caspians wear Kaspa shirts in conjunction with Ezra 7 verse 16, and all the silver and gold that thou canst find in the province of Babylon, with the free will offering of the people and of the priests offering willingly for the house of their God, which is in Jerusalem. Now, symbolically, gold represents the deity of Jesus Christ. Once he comes back, Christ will set up his kingdom in what the Bible calls the New Jerusalem, where the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. Silver represents the redemption. Judas Iscariot betrayed Jesus Christ for 30 pieces of silver, which led to Christ's death, even though he was innocent, which led to his burial and resurrection, which is the payment for the sins of the world. In Proverbs, the word says, the tongue of the just is as choice silver, the heart of the wicked is little worth. That's a picture of Christ who willingly died for all sinners. And so to me, according to my understanding of scripture, the act of proclaiming the Lord Jesus Christ is as choice silver. Now, as you can see behind me, this is the meaning of Kaspa, the shape of the coin, the reverse K slightly bent, emulating the shape and style of classical Aramaic. Kaspa means silver or money in Aramaic. That's one of the languages in which the historical Jesus Christ taught his teachings. Christ was sold for silver, which led to redemption.
You know, they created it to flow more. You know, historically, like gold was really the store of value. You hide it in the backyard or in the bank or whatever. And then to buy stuff at the market or trade, you would use silver.
Today, Kaspa represents the mission of what crypto was truly built for, a currency that is a store of value like silver that can be used for everyday transactions, but isn't as corruptible as money. That's why, to me, Kaspa is the digital silver to Bitcoin's digital gold. And as we've just discussed, the long-term catalysts for Kaspa are undeniable. The crescendo upgrade to 10 BPS, Kaspa smart contracts, and Tier 1 exchange listings are all set to drive adoption, demand, and price growth. Think about it. When Ethereum was in its early days, there were skeptics. When Solana launched, there were doubters. But those who saw the potential and got in early are the ones who benefited the most. Kaspa is in a similar position right now. The skeptics are focused on the sell pressure from Marathon Digital, but they are missing the bigger picture, and that's where the opportunity lies. By the way, Mara's holding is not even 1% of the total circulation of Kaspa right now on the crypto ocean. That said, I do understand people's skepticism, and it's normal in crypto, but often it is also a sign that people don't fully understand what's coming.
There just seems to be a lot of poor research, and the community is trying to drive you into purchasing the cryptocurrency, regardless of whatever it is, without giving you the full information of what is going on with the project.
If you're focused on the lacking price action today, I understand, but you don't believe in Kaspa and its long-term potential. Caspians do see that, and that's why Kaspa is still at the top of the list of crypto communities with the most bullish sentiments of all crypto projects on the crypto ocean, according to CoinMarketCap. That's not just hype, because at the making of this recording, the hype is overshadowed by FUD and skepticism. It's conviction. One of the reasons why I make videos on Kaspa almost daily is because of my conviction, which, as you've seen today, is similar to my conviction in the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm not selling you religion, because salvation through Jesus Christ is a free gift. I'm not selling you Kaspa either, because Kaspa is a fair launch project that sells itself. But if you're new to Kaspa, then now might be the perfect time to start paying attention and to conduct your research. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good.
Stick around.
So shout out to your crypto crew. Back to the comments. He claims he is a warthog whale. Like, why would you hold warthog over Kaspa? That's a $50 million question, right? Can warthog own the Kaspa ecosystem? I'm just saying. Alfred Adams, what up, bro? Kaspa will move. Kaspa has to move, guys. There's too much involved in the project. I keep telling you, these guys know more than they're letting on, man. They're giving us all these half-baked videos to confuse you, to sell cheap as they buy on the way down. And as soon as it pops, they're going to be making videos. Oh, yeah, I got 2 million Caspa. I bought it on the dip. I wish you guys would have got in too. But you're making videos about Fud and Caspa. Why continue to hold a bag of Warthog is a good question. Who the freak beside him is even holding Warthog?
Today we have some really cool updates. Now we are going to discuss about how most people are going to sell Kaspa early. Now most people are going to be shaken out, most people are going to be distracted, and they are going to forget what Kaspa is all about. If we believe that Kaspa is going to power the world, if we believe that Kaspa is going to power the global financial system, I think there's no need to be worrying about the short-term price targets. Now let's look at the updates that we have in this video. Don't forget to hit the like and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps this information reach a lot of people and bring more people into Kaspa. Now let's get ahead. Now, one thing is that Marathon Digital, which was mining or which is currently mining only two cryptocurrencies, which are proof of work, decentralized, and secure, it only mines Bitcoin and Kaspa. And they've released their earnings report. Now, most of the Kaspa community are not happy with this report because they have been selling Kaspa like crazy because they've sold a huge amount of Kaspa. And the report says, finally, as of December 31st, 2024, we held approximately 4.3 million or 35 million Kaspa coins on our balance sheet. So during the year, we incurred significantly less cost to produce Kaspa compared to Bitcoin, which helps pay our expenses and allows us to hold a larger amount of Bitcoin on our balance sheet. Now, remember the interview that Fred Thiel did, and he said they are doing mining Kaspa.
If you're already mining Bitcoins, why did you just purchase more Bitcoins?
So not only do we mine Bitcoin, but we mine things like Kaspa. And if you think about 1 kilowatt hour of energy results in about 8 cents of Bitcoin revenues, and 1 kilowatt hour of energy results in about $1 of Kaspa. And so I can take Kaspa and sell it and buy Bitcoin. And so I'm essentially lowering my cost to buy Bitcoin.
Is less expensive, so they can mine Kaspa at a cheap price and be able to sell it in order to acquire more Bitcoin. And actually, it's what they've been doing. They've been selling a huge amount of Kaspa. Now, let's look at one of the Kaspa community. He really put a thread, which is, I think it's really, it has everything that you would need about this Kaspa Marathon Digital thing. Now, I'm going to reference Kaspa Report and shout out to Kaspa Report for a good thread. And I'm going to reference it and try to extract some value. And now, to arrive at 90 million figure, we first determined the total amount of Kaspa that Mara Holdings held at the end of Q3 2024. This was 107 million Kaspa as reported in their SEC quarterly filing. And you can see here they only hold two cryptocurrencies, which are Bitcoin and Kaspa. So they had 26,747 Bitcoin and they had 107 million Kaspa. So we then used Kaspa miner data from January 2025 provided to us by Coda of Staff to calculate Mara's block reward percentage, which was 2.72%. We assume this percentage stayed mostly stable since the end of Q3 2024. Now you can see that Mara's block reward percentage is 2.72, assuming that it remained stable because the hash rate of Kaspa was really strong. So we assume that Mara's block reward percentage remained the same, 2.72%. Although Kaspa's total network hash rate rose in Q4 2024, Mara's mining capacity also grew during this time. Thus, we believe a mostly stable percentage of block reward over this period is a fair assumption. So next, we used Kaspa emission schedule to estimate that Mara mined about 16.8 million Kas in Q4 2024, or about 2.7% of all coins mined in that quarter. So you take the total amount of coins that was mined in that quarter, and you take 2.7%, which is Mara's reward percentage, and you can get the amount of Kaspa that was mined by Marathon Digital during that time. And we have a total of 16.8 million. Now, if you take 90 million Kaspa plus 90 million Kaspa plus that 16.8 million, you get a total of 107 million Kaspa. So there's some more points, but I just want to round it and get the exact figure. Now, as of the report that was released, the report that I read before, they hold only 35 million Kaspa coins, which is worth $4.3 million. So they've been selling and selling and selling. They've sold 90 million Kaspa, which is a huge amount. So I'll complete by saying that we then added 16.8 million cash to the total cash that Mara held at the end of Q3, subtracted the 35 million cash that Mara reported to shareholders that it owned at the end of Q4. We arrived at approximately 90 million Kaspa sold. Now, we can estimate that Mara sold about 90 million Kas in Q4. Why might this have been beneficial to the Kaspa network? It is beneficial for Kaspa decentralization that a major miner isn't holding millions of mined coins, but is distributing them among many long-term accumulators on the open market. Mara sold so much of its mined Kaspa to accumulate more Bitcoin. This increased the extent to which Bitcoin is overly concentrated among large miners and benefited Kaspa's decentralization, Kaspa's decentralized coin distribution. Now, the thing is, I think most people are mad because Marathon has been dumping their Kaspa, but the true intention of Marathon was to use less expense to mine to accumulate Bitcoin, which is actually good. It is good that they now hold as much Bitcoin as they want because they managed to use Kaspa in order to accumulate much Bitcoin. But when you look at it on the other side, we know exactly that miners are the people that secure the network. And the more miners you have in your network, the more secure it is. So if even Marathon Digital is capitulating away from Bitcoin mining, which means the network becomes less secure and more miners are now looking rewards into Kaspa. That means that Kaspa is attracting a lot of miners, which is actually a good thing. And the good thing is also about Marathon Digital selling these coins to the market is a really good thing because it provides decentralization. If all of these coins are held by a single entity, that means that they hold a certain amount of power. If they dump all of these coins at once, they are going to affect the price of Kaspa. So it is good that they sell it on the open market and people are free to get it and buy it and hold it for a long time. We have Binance, we have Coinbase, we have OKX. All of these people want that Kaspa. So it is good that Marathon Digital is able to mine it and it's able to provide it in the free market. So people like big exchanges like Coinbase, OKX, all of these big exchanges that we know are going to list Kaspa, they are now able to get it at a fair price, and they're going to help. It's going to boost them into listing, and it also helps even for the retail to accumulate as much Kaspa as they want. So it is not actually a bad thing, but it is something that was expected. People are so surprised that they sold a lot of Kaspa. It is actually a good thing for Kaspa. Now, if you believe in the long-term future and the long-term vision of Kaspa, this will never even surprise you. And I would say that Marathon making this kind of move, it's not actually a good idea. I don't think it is a good idea, but if they decide to hold Bitcoin and not hold as much Kaspa as they want, it's actually their decision, but it is not a really good decision. After 5 to 10 years, I think they are going to regret selling this huge amount of Kaspa because 90 million Kaspa is going to be worth a lot of money. And if they could have been able to hold it and see its value go way, way high, it could be very beneficial for them. But this is not financial advice. And as always, everyone makes their own financial decisions based on their conviction and based on their research. And I suggest that you do the same. So I've been seeing some of the people in the community trying to create some kind of fear. So someone said, since it's now clear that Mara has been dumping all their Kaspa mined, I'm just wondering, what next? Is Grayscale going to remove Cash from their under consideration list, or is Binance or Coinbase gonna completely ignore Kaspa spot listing? Fearful, feeling thoughtful. I don't know why people crypto markets. If you think like this, with all due respect, I think if you think like this, I think it's very hard to survive the crypto markets, because how could you think that marathon selling could affect Grayscale, considering Kaspa as an asset under consideration, or Binance and Coinbase not listing or ignoring Kaspa? Why would you even think that? Now think about this. Solana has 2 billion worth of Solana tokens unlocked. It's 2 billion worth of Solana is going to be unlocked on March. Now, when you think about this, and when you compare this to Kaspa, only 90 million Kaspa has been sold. I don't know how much it is worth, but when you look at the other side, tokens that are listed on Coinbase and Binance, for example, Solana, they have huge unlocks, like 2 billion, 11.2 million Solana is going to be unlocked on March 1st. And that doesn't affect the Solana ETF, doesn't affect Solana being on top exchanges. Now, I don't know how people come with these types of claims. I think people need to do their own research, and you have to research something before you say it. And this is not going to happen. Grayscale is still considering Kaspa. Binance, Coinbase, they exactly know how valuable Kaspa is going to be. And the market is dipping, everything is red, and we are going to see more downside, I think, because we can see that Trump is not going to stop with the tariffs. I just want to update you on this one. Trump says tariffs level will be 25% on European Union products. So Trump is not stopping anytime soon. Trump is not going to stop, and whether it's going to keep on affecting the prices of cryptocurrencies, who knows? But let's see what is going to happen. I think Kaspa has been doing really good because it has been holding that 0.8 level strongly. We saw Bitcoin go to even below 88,000. And we say that if it breaks 83, if it breaks 85,000 region there, it might even go to 70s. And if Kaspa breaks 0.08, we're going to see it at 0.06, which is actually possible. But all of this fad that is being spread about Marathon Digital, I think it's not something that most people should be really caring about, because who cares? Who everyone is going to sell at their own price. Everyone is going to buy at their own price. Marathon Digital put it plain and simple that they are using Kaspa, they are mining Kaspa because it's much profitable in order to acquire as much Bitcoin as they want. And this is not something that it is something that is going to affect the price of Kaspa short term, but in the long term, it is actually good because it helps decentralization. We don't want a single entity holding a lot of Kaspa and having a lot of power to the network, which is actually a good thing. So you should be happy that they're selling their coins because it is like they're selling their power, or they're selling their it's like they're selling their influence or their power, distributing coins to the open market so that people can really acquire them. So this is what I have for today. I see that the fear greed index is still in extreme fear. The crypto fear greed index hits its lowest level since June 2022 as it falls deeper into extreme fear with a score of 10. People are in extreme fear, and as you can see, and the bad thing about this extreme fear is that when this extreme fear then gets some really negative news, like the negative news we're seeing with Marathon Digital and Kaspa, now it fuels the emotions of people. People get now scared. I think you have to exclude that emotion. You have to exclude the emotions, because you don't expect Kaspa to go overnight from 0.08 to, let's say, $10. It won't happen overnight. You know exactly that it's going to take time. We are seeing that the developers are in constant work. This is the tweet from Michael Sutton saying that late night fully featured crescendo activation on small devnet with coda of staff. And you can see this. They are actually really grinding on this crescendo hard fork. They want to get it done. And the good thing about Kaspa is, or the Kaspa core development team, is that they want to do everything perfectly. That's why it's taking time, because it is so good. If something is so good, it has to really take time. You don't want to put out something that is going to be working for, let's say, 6 months and then it gets broken down. You want something that is going to run for as long as it can. That's why they are taking their time to give out a very good product. So be patient. I know most people are in maximum pain right now. People don't love these projects. People don't love these prices. But you have to be patient. You have to hold into these periods in order to make maximum gains. That is what makes the difference between someone who's going to be rich and someone who's not even going to make anything. And these prices won't stay like this forever. We saw Bitcoin was once at $100. Bitcoin was once at $10,000. But currently, people are complaining about Bitcoin falling to 89,000. Imagine, because back in the days, no one even thought that Bitcoin could even break that 65K or even go to 100,000. So just be patient. Your time is going to come, and don't panic sell. Don't forget to leave a like to this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video.
Of course, if Kaspa is going to retest this level as a support, which is actually 0.08 cents, because to me at least it looks like a bear flag, ladies and gents. I know this is something that you don't want to hear. I don't really want to kind of, provide you this, but obviously charts don't lie, right? This is playbook bear flag, and of course it doesn't necessarily going to play out, right? Let's see, right? But to me it looks like it. Okay, even if that is going to happen, that's going to be a dip of how many percent? 5.5%, whatever, guys. Let's see if that is going to come into fruition. But of course that is just a short time frame, right? So for Kaspa, short time frame, I do remain short time frame bullish, bearish, of course. And now if it comes to long term, I actually do remain bullish, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. So guys, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. My name is Luke, and remember that this video is not financial advice. Now, you've seen what is happening with Kaspa, right? Potentially we could see that dip, okay? But whatever, who really cares about for hourly, right? Unless you guys are scalping, right? I do believe that this could happen. It's quite difficult to say for Kaspa because liquidity is basically in between, right? Now, on a daily time frame, what kind of could be a scary thing is that potentially we could consider this action in here as some form of head and shoulder, which I've just noticed, right? We've got the right shoulder in here. Here will be the left one, and here will be the top, right? Of course, we know this is a bearish pattern, right? But I think that could probably play out if Trump would do a little bit of more crazy stuff if it comes to these, tariffs, because he starts talking about it too. And EU apparently is responding with tariffs on their own, stuff like that, guys. Of course, I don't want to be bearish because actually I do have hope, right? Looking at these other charts, right? And I'm going to show you why, okay? So this is Kaspa, basically daily is showing us a little bit of a more potentially bullish divergence towards the upside. Looking at stochastic RSI, potentially something could be brewing in here. I do believe that we potentially could see the bounce as well. But of course, guys, Kaspa still haven't really proven itself if it comes to liquidity, right? I mean, because obviously the technology is great, but let's be honest, in here, we do have to care about liquidity and how much money is going to flow into liquidity. We know that Kaspa is strong. We all talk about it, so on and so forth. And I do believe that money is going to flow into strong projects like Kaspa, Ondo, Injective, not financial advice. Of course, I could be wrong. But guys, let me not digress, okay? Why am I bullish, okay? Let's have a look at BTC, okay? What BTC is doing, okay? Let me zoom this out. This is daily. Let me actually go to weekly time frame. And if you guys remember yesterday's video, I was talking about Fibonacci retracement, and actually we had a quick dip towards level of 61.8 Fibonacci retracement zone, and we are basically bouncing from here. Stochastic RSI is basically at the bottom on a weekly, which potentially could be a positive sign, obviously. And if I'm going to look at the daily, you see that we had a perfect bounce from that level, and now Bitcoin is pumping. Bitcoin did a little bit of a percent if it comes to daily pump, and of course we do see a little bit of a more positivity in the area. And let's determine of what we can expect next for altcoins, okay? Because I have found something interesting, because Crypto Rover is pointing out that the number of new tokens launching daily on Pump Fun is collapsing, and people are tired of the liquidity extraction. And it's time for a massive utility season soon. Let the real altcoin season begin, right? Because we know that people were making crazy money in meme coins. Well, one of my friends actually did. Nonetheless, I do believe that many people also lost a lot of money, okay, with these shit coins. So now, guys, hopefully that money is going to flow into altcoins, considering the fact that Bitcoin's dominance is dropping, okay? I'm going to show you that very soon, but Colin is pointing out that the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is lower than where it was when FTX collapsed, which actually is obviously a positive sign from the perspective of a bounce towards the upside. But again, everything might gonna happen in coming days because of these tariffs, right? We know that tariffs basically started negativity for us, right? Now, looking at ETFs, we don't really have positive news in here, okay, for BTC. But then again, guys, it all depends whether you are in BTC or Kaspa or other projects, right? Now, looking at some data in here, which I believe is quite important, large investors started investing on 24th, right? I mean, we do see that bounce, right? And retail investors were basically buying, right? So now we are at the position where everybody is scooping BTC, okay? That potentially could be a good sign, but bear in mind that this is just the last few days. I wanted to give you a very recent data. And now, guys, another positive thing, in my opinion, for Kaspa is that Trump dumped the market, but he keeps accumulating more Ethereum, okay? And he definitely knows something that we don't. Obviously, I'm reading that what Crypto Rover is saying, but, pure logic tells us, right? He dumped the market. Of course, he wants to make deals, with US. Obviously, I'm not very political and economic type of a person, but obviously he wants to make the best kind of a deal for America, I would imagine, and that obviously is crushing the market. And nonetheless, guys, he doesn't really care, whether he's crushing markets or not, because first, I believe he wants to seal these deals with the countries, so on and so forth, and then probably pump crypto, right? Obviously, if economy is going to be good, crypto, I believe, is going to pump as well. Nonetheless, he is basically scooping up Ethereum, okay? And we have to remember that once Ethereum is going to pump, we are going to see crazy pumps for Kaspa and, of course, strong projects, right? Now, let's quickly have a look at Kaspa, right? So market cap is sitting at $2.2 billion, ranking 42, but who really cares? Volume is sitting at 73.5 million, and we are almost at 90% if it comes to Kaspa being mined. That's obviously bullish. But now, guys, a quick advertisement. If you want to keep your Kaspa safe or anything, to being honest with you, outside of exchanges on which anything might happen, make sure that you check out Tangem Wallet, because Tangem Wallet is definitely a better solution to store your crypto. And with my discount code, you can get minus 10% off plus 5% off extra, and you can find the link below this video. Now, guys, looking at liquidity levels for BTC, we see that this bounce could actually be something significant. This is another area of confluence. We've got 87 and we've got 89,000 here. Now, let me actually put it to the weekly time frame, and let's see what is brewing here for BTC and how far it can possibly push our beloved Kaspa, hopefully towards the upside. So we've got levels of 97, something that I've just mentioned about, and then we've got 99, okay? Well, pretty much 100K. I do believe that BTC is going to see 100K again, and I know how it sounds because the sentiment is the way it is. But of course, guys, you know that people, market makers are actually shaking retail, right? For retail is always losing money. Well, most of the retail. But anyways, daily situation if it comes to liquidity for our beloved Kaspa. So we still do have a liquidity below the current trading price, which is at 0.08 cents. Okay, so we can technically suspect, that price of Kaspa can potentially go towards the downside, right? To grab this liquidity. Nonetheless, we still have liquidity above us at at 0.90 cents. Now, guys, let's actually have a look at some technicals, because I do believe that we are sitting at verge of something bullish, hopefully, right? So first of all, Bitcoin's dominance, okay? Bitcoin's dominance on a daily is basically traveling towards, you know, the bottom if it comes to RSI. And now, obviously, we had a drop in the last, let's say, 2 days, right? We had a drop of how many percent? Well, at the moment, that was 1.75, right? And I know that it doesn't sound like it's a lot, but for Bitcoin's dominance, it is a lot, right? It kind of gives us hopium, right? So what I do believe is going to happen, well, what I hope is going to happen and believe at the same time, is that we are going to lose this level of a support. And why? Well, if I'm going to go to the weekly, looking at stochastic RSI, we can clearly see that Bitcoin's dominance is currently doing a bearish cross if it comes to the stochastic RSI. Of course, it's not a God indicator. Nonetheless, guys, look at this white candle, which in your case is probably red, right? Look how we have little to no body, and we've got a, you know, pressure basically that's pressuring this candle to close like this, right? So this could be a moment, guys, that we are all waiting for. Let's see how things are going to roll. Of course, I'm not telling you that I'm right. Anyone that's telling you that they are right for 100%, they are most likely lying. This is weighting out the probabilities, basically, and I do believe that it's more likely now that we are going to see some relief rally for Bitcoin and altcoins, potentially even altcoin season. However, we have to be cautious, right? Because of course Trump can spook the market again, right? Now, Bitcoin, sorry, USDT dominance is basically doing the bearish cross, almost it's at the top, overheated level. We can clearly see it again, right, on a weekly. And weekly is obviously not daily fluctuation, right? Last time it was on the top, and here in that area, basically, let me actually highlight it. That was that, you know, fart, which I believe fart for altcoin season, because I believe that we are going to drop even lower, which obviously is bullish for altcoins. But see how last time we've dropped, and that was basically that beautiful time where, you know, in November, December, we saw a huge pumps for altcoins, not only for Kaspa, right? So make sure, guys, that you don't only put your money into Kaspa, because it's always better to diversify your portfolio so you can actually make some profits on different coins and obviously roll it out to Kaspa, Bitcoin, whatever it is, or actually cash, so-called USDT. And now, guys, looking at others, excluding top 10 on a weekly, we potentially have a bullish cross on a stochastic RSI that's brewing. And also, let's actually even get out of this falling wedge slash whatever. Let's actually have a look at retracement levels, okay? Let's see if that kind of correlates with Bitcoin's retracement levels, okay? So we have actually went even lower, right? We have dipped below 61.8, and now we are basically holding still on 78.6, right? So we can still consider this as a retracement, which I believe potentially could, you know, maintain that bullish structure, right? Because I know how it sounds, guys, right? Because if I'm going to put the trend line, let's say from here, that still kind of maintains that bullish structure. We do have higher highs and higher lows basically brewing in here. So I do believe that many people lost money, of course, because people were degening into here, right? It all depends on your strategy, right? I'm personally holding for a long time, right? I'm probably going to cash out somewhere in here once we are going to see the breakout. Nonetheless, guys, remember, never buy the top, okay? Because this is when you're getting fucked over, right? Guys, I hope that this helps. Of course, it's not financial advice, it's just my advice. Again, my name is Luke, and peace and love, crypto.
Gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, that did finish that video. Let's see here. Let's see what this Coinbase. No, that's 30 minutes, bro. 29 minutes. Who is that? Luck. I just want to see what they're talking about with this. Actually, let's see what Bitcoin Hoodie has to say real quick.
Hoodie guy coming back with another Kaspa video.
Mike Tyson, the like and subscribe button.
Thanks for that, Mike. Well, the crypto market's getting fucked harder than Elton John on prom night, but I think we're going to make a better comeback than Elon's hairline. You can see most of the people that were selling Bitcoin at a loss bought it in the last 1 to 3 months. You can see Kaspa was dipped under 8 cents. It can go down further. I don't know when this bleeding is going to stop, but that's where we're at right now. Volume just under $60 million. And yeah, there could be more blood on the market. I guess it either comes down to you believe that the top's in or you believe that we're going back up and these are discount prices. And at the end of the year, it'll all wrap up. I think there's just too many bullish things. You can see the hash rate 1.41 exahash. So the security of the network for Kaspa is staying strong even with a declined price. Bitcoin dominance is actually trickled down a little bit. But when you look at all the stuff that's happening this week, the SEC ended investigations into the following crypto companies: Robinhood, Uniswap, Gemini, Consensus. They dismissed their Coinbase lawsuit permanently. They ruled that the meme coins are not securities, which is no surprise because I guess even in Congress, some of the Democrats are trying to attack Trump for his meme coin. So it does make sense that an agency would maybe say that they're not securities, collectibles. But you can see all the rulings. The Pi cycle top indicator, the last 2 cycles, it did say, flash. The second top of the market on the 2021 cycle, it never went back up to hit that marker. And it's interesting because when you go look at the exchange trading volume, the November top didn't match the May top, but we're a long ways away. So I think that we're going to go back up and we'll make new all-time highs. And yeah, so there's a lot of fear in the market. So right now it's got a score of 10, which the last time it was that low, I believe, was in, I guess got down to a score of 6 back in 2022. But it was even, I guess, at the end of the year, November, when FTX went down. It's lower than that. So it's been a while since it's that low. And if you look how high Bitcoin is in terms of price. Look at all the pro things going on, the pro crypto people inside the government, potential like states of Texas, I think, is going to the Senate vote for the Bitcoin reserve. There's a lot of states that are working the legislation down the pipeline. And most of the Trump tariffs have had a negative effect, but when you pull that away, and there was a 25% tariff with China in his first administration. We import our product from China. Things chugged along. We had to raise our prices a little bit. Not too bad. I think at the beginning we absorbed it, but eventually shipping and just everything, just plus the price of the product without the 25% tariff went up. But we held the line as much as we could and just made a little less profit. But we ended up having to raise prices a little bit. The cost of UPS shipping has also gone up a lot. But when we're looking at this, there's so many things flashing awesome for Bitcoin and crypto. So we'll see how it shakes out. I know it sucks when the prices are down, but if you have dry powder, then it's a blessing in disguise. Let me know when you think the next leg of the market might be. So thanks for watching and have a good day.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, kings, queens, and in-betweens, we are wrapping up. Thanks for joining, and don't get caught up in the Kaspa Fud. But let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, it's your main man BTM here, trying to weed you away from the FUD. But don't forget to what you guys think about Kaspa and Kaspa Fudders. If you see them, point them out. But on that note, we're going to shut it down. Always remember, let's get back to the money, guys. And as always, stay dangerous. Miner out.